So, what do you do if your thoughts are haunting you? How do you stop thinking? How do you run away from your thoughts? You don't want to think about something, but it just keeps coming to mind more than anything else. You try to sit down and close your eyes and, you know, you try to meditate, it doesn't work. You try to sleep, you have nightmares, you try to distract yourself, but you still feel like you're running away from something, and it just keeps torturing you and it drives you crazy. What do you do? There's a lot of there's a lot of videos talk about this. A lot of people, and no one really addresses the issue directly. They all just, you know, talk around it. So I hope I'm here to give you a solution, something that works from my own personal experience. So the first thing you have to do is you have to change your attitude. There are certain things you can't do if you keep the same attitude. So it's like, you know, people think that, how they are does not affect what they do or what they want to achieve. How you are determines everything you do, everything you don't do, how you perform in life, how you perform with yourself, with people around you, everything, and even with your thoughts. So, first thing you have to do, first thing you have to remember is this: change your attitude towards your thoughts, towards yourself, towards your life. Don't keep the same attitude. Meaning, don't make your thoughts your enemies. No matter how ugly a thought could be, how frightening, how, you know, unpleasant it could be. Don't make it your enemy. That's the first mistake you make. Your thoughts are just thoughts. It's just like your mind is like a book, and your thoughts are like the things you write in that book, or the things that are written in that book, either by you or by your surroundings. But just because you don't like what's written, that doesn't mean you're not gonna open the book. You're not gonna, you're gonna avoid the book. No, you know it's a book, and you know it's written. You know those are just words or images or anything you record in that book or in that database. So there's no need to make your thoughts your enemies. So there's no need to make thoughts positive thoughts, negative thoughts, and I should avoid negative thoughts, and I should avoid, thinking negatively. All this stuff is just bullshit. Okay? All these things are just spoken about by people who have just come to discover a little bit of spirituality in their life, and all of a sudden they think they've understood the whole thing. Reading this book and that book and just, thinking that they've got it. You don't get it unless you lived it and experienced it and realized it. This is about self-realization. This is not about accumulation of information and, you know, being knowledgeable about something because you happen to read about it and now you feel like feel like you're there. So no, it's not about negative thoughts, positive thoughts. Don't think about all that stuff. Thoughts are just thoughts. And the more you run away from your thoughts, the more they're gonna follow you, the more they're gonna torture you. Thoughts are like a stray dog. The more you run away from a stray dog, the more he chases you. But when you stand your ground, he tries to come to you, and then when he sees that you're standing your ground, you just bark a little bit and then you go away. So, number one, thoughts are not your enemies. Thoughts are just images that you've picked up from the outside, and that's it. Nothing good about them, nothing bad about them. Whether they whether they behave good or bad within you is determined only by you. A thought by itself is neither bad or good. Okay? It's all in your mind. You decide what to make it. The same thought, I can I can make it into a pleasant experience within my mind, and that same thought someone else could make into a very ugly thought because that's not what they want, and so whatever. That's number one. Don't make your thoughts your enemies. Is there a number two? Let's see. Not really, but you don't make your thoughts your enemies. Number two, you don't run away from your thoughts. Don't resist your thoughts. And mostly, accept your thoughts. Accept them. Learn to accept, learn to invite. Be a good host to life and to anything that comes. Situations, thoughts, okay? Doesn't matter if you don't like them. You don't have to like them. You're not obliged to like everything you live. You're not obliged to like or to agree with everything you think or hear or go through. Accepting it does not mean agreeing with it. Accepting it does not mean encouraging it. I'm not saying you have to encourage it. Don't encourage it. Don't try to agree with it, but just accept it. Just accept it. It's just like, the sun is up. Okay, the sun is up. You accept it. The sun goes down, or, it gets dark. Oh, okay, it's nighttime. You accept it. Just like that. There's nothing good or bad about it. Now, if you wanted to do something during the day, and the day has gone by, and now it's nighttime, it's too late. Now you're gonna start hating the night because I wanted it to still be daytime because I wanted to do that thing I wanted to do. But that does not mean that night is not good. It's you see what I mean? It's just we keep imposing our life opinions and philosophies and choices on life itself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just accept everything. And when you start to change your attitude and accept everything, just accept. Just learn to accept. Now that doesn't mean you should like it. Doesn't mean you should agree with it, encourage it. No, just accept. The wind is blowing, you accept it. Because when you accept it, you let it pass. If you don't accept it without knowing, you're trapping yourself, and you're actually creating you're giving it attention. The minute you give your thoughts attention, they're not going to leave you. To hate something, you need to give it attention. To be afraid of something, you need to give it attention. Don't hate them and don't fear them. Just accept them. If they're not useful to you, believe me, they're gonna go all by themselves. No thought ever lingers without your attention. You have to give it attention in order for it to stick and to keep following you. And that's what's torturing you. The thought itself is not torturing you, but you giving it all your attention without even knowing. That's what's torturing you, and that's what's making you, you know, feel like your thoughts are your enemies. Your thoughts have nothing against you. They're just there. They're just data. But you should realize more and more where you put your attention, how you use your attention. And that at that time, it's very easy. I'm pretty sure, and I sure hope that after hearing everything I've said, you can experience some, a little more peace, a little more tranquility in your life right now. Because believe me, it's really not that hard to be at ease with yourself. In peace with yourself, it's really not hard. It's really not hard. All you have to, it just takes a little bit of awareness to know where everything goes, to know how certain things work or don't work. It's very simple and it's very beautiful. So I sure hope that I brought some happiness and peace and tranquility to your life. And yeah, have a nice day, have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video.